Today you're most welcome to Daudi Alaba's YouTube laboratory, and today we are very excited about what is already going on in the progress of the chicken house that we started some time back. We're very grateful of what we are already doing here. It is actually our vision has win one more time. It is chance for us to move on because we had been waiting. We had been waiting for Africa to become greater, but we cannot see Africa getting greater when we don't join hands to make it to become greater. So at this particular moment, we are already in the progress of making that our project is moving completely on. So in the background, you can see that we have people already up there. They are working, and because of the camera, it is not really showing so properly. And I will come closer and I show you exactly what is going on up there. Before I go further to show you exactly how we are doing the work or how the progress is moving on, let me tell you a little about this project. Actually, like I told you, this is not my own project. It is a project that actually belongs to another person who has decided to join Daudi Alaba's laboratory, and he has charged me with the responsibility of actually taking care of what is going on over the project there. And there is one thing that I know about the person. The person, I've never seen the person with my own eyes, but what I know is he is somebody from Congo, but he lives in abroad. And you know, these people who lives abroad, they have the biggest desire to come back to the motherland, actually to build motherland better than what they left it. And then they have already copied a lot of things from abroad. You know, for me, I believe that development is all about copying and pasting. You can copy something and you paste it, and then there is no penalty for that. And it's always very important for something to do that in the motherland. And the unfortunate bit of it is this very particular person that I'm working with in this project is a kind of person who have already failed in very many businesses. He started multiple businesses according to what he has told me, and people have never done so good to him. They have been cheating and doing all the sorts of nonsense to make sure that he remains down, until up to the extent of sending money to acquire some good quality of land, and still we can see that the quality of the land that the person acquired is not even the best. And these are the challenges that people normally face. He just found me on the internet, and then he decided to ask me to help. I thought of how people really suffer outside there, and then I decided, now let me help this man, and then I will do my best so that he succeeds. That is the bit of the story. And you remember I told you this place over here is in the central part of Uganda, actually at the capital city. We managed to acquire this land here. And though the place is a little bit congested with the population, and what I've seen, I've observed around, I've seen that the community is not so terrible. There is not whatever danger seeing the community around, because they are lovely. The pieces of land which is around, it belongs to the community, and they have never been so, they have been so kind, especially when we wanted to keep our items on their land. They have never been quarreling. So because of that, we may not expect the best, but we still expect. We just move on. So because of that, I have decided to come up with this project, which actually I'm going to be managing so jealously without it getting failing. Because me personally, in my nature, if I want to do something, I always say yes. But if I don't want to do it, I will not say maybe when I want to say no. If I don't want to do it, I'll just say no, I don't want to do it. So because I've already decided to do it, I have the complete dedication towards this project, and I'll prove to you that it will come to the success. And I'm sure, according to the strategy that I've set for this project, it is already a win. For me, I have never decided my brain to fail. Though I have the strategy to go through failures, but I don't plan to fail. I always plan to succeed. That is my mission, and it is final. I don't guess it, and I don't gamble with it. I'll always make sure that I calculate my risk. And I'm going to be sharing with you today about why we have decided to do this project over here. In my previous video, I put for you about the structure of the land that we have over here. And if you are able to see properly, you may be able to see that there is water being logged around, and the place naturally it is waterlogged. it is not a very good place that it would be best for farming, but with the measures that I would take, it will still be very, very profitable, and it will make sense when it comes to the aspect of farming. And this is just a small plot of land that actually somebody acquired some time back. You can see it is just a very small piece of land, and making use of this land had become some bit of challenge. What we have decided to do is we want to make actual production from this scarce resource, and because the size is very small, we have decided that we are going to put double storage chicken house over here. And now, as we observe it clearly, we can see now the small piece of land is already making sense. In the appearance of the house, you can see this house is the huge one. It is very, very huge. It is 8 meters in width and 15 meters by length, and in addition, it is double storage. I was sharing with you about the condition of the land. Right now, it appears to be better. You can observe it is not really so terrible the way we see it at the beginning when it was raining. Like in the previous video, I told you that this is the dry season. Actually, it is the time that we expect the sunshine. But for us here in Uganda, it was still raining, and the land was completely covered with water. So the strategies that I have created to avert the risk of having water locked around the chicken house is by actually raising the chicken house a little bit up so that there is no direct contact with the birds in the chicken. So what we are going to be doing here is, you can observe from here, this from right on the bottom where we put the concrete, and up there, it is very significant in meters. It is very long, like about 3 meters. It means what we are going to do, we are going to be building the foundation a little bit high up, and after building the foundation up here, it means you will avert the risk of having water being locked around. It may be a little bit expensive, but it will be worthy, because we don't need issues of water being locked around in the chicken house. So that thing will be very, very terrible. And we would have worries, but we have evidence to show you that what we are going to do is going to be working. I'm sorry for the noise, because their guy is working up there. They are working up there because we want this work to go on faster. That's why you may hear a lot of hittings of nails, which is going up there. And it may be interrupting, but I'm sorry for that. What we are focusing on here is the content. So this is what we did, the house, which we found here when we were acquiring the land. And when you observe properly, inside here, there is no problem with water coming up here. So it means, at that context, we're also going to do exact thing with this other chicken house here, whereby we are going to raise it a little bit up, and then we pour concrete so that it is completely flat and then very strong. So considering that one, we are not going to be water getting locked around here. So why are we going to put poultry here? It's because we want to make use of this land. We may not use it the way actually it was particularly acquired for poultry farming. And the worst thing, the person who bought it, the owner of this land, is not staying within. He was not there when the land had been acquired. And the person who acquired it actually made some mistake to buy it at such a place. So we can still use it. Actually, the owner almost abandoned it. I really talked to him about it, and then I told him about how we are going to avert the risks. So he was good enough to support me in what I've told him. That's why you can see the work is going on there. And about the biosecurity, we are going to take our measures, considering the space is very little. Actual farm is something that is space intensive. It needs enough space. And since the space here is not enough, we are going to do our best to make fence all over here. From the other side up to here, the house is going to be completely in fence. And the other thing that we are going to be sharing about is the water system. Here, there is no national water which is close by. And what we are going to do at the beginning, before the national water reach here, is we are going to dig well. We shall dig our well here, nearby here, whereby we connect it up using the tank up, so that our birds get water using gravitational force. So let me tell you what actually I was starting at, because this land, before I started to construct this other chicken house, I was already having this other house that you are looking at it here. So how I am constructing it here is by the way, my upper floor is running all over to the other side of the house. You can observe. Yeah, it is running all over to the other side of the. I created my strategy to make sure that we make use of this land. So that's why we are moving on the work. It is time for us to do. It is time for us to support each other in the move, because we need, all what we need is the support from each other. Fighting against each other will never bring success and prosperity to all of us. And then they are considering the resources. Always there are scarce resources in the world to fulfill man's unlimited wants. So because of that, even these scarce resources that we are talking about is still enough to satisfy all of us without necessarily fighting against each other. So we are planning to do something which is bigger here, so that one of our brother is also very happy of what he is doing, because he wants to see the result of the work that he is doing. And I'm going to take you at upper floor where they are working. I'm going to be showing you how the upper floor necessarily is made, because this is just a timber house. There is no concrete, there is no poles, no, there is no brick. We are only going to put concrete at the floor, which actually is going to also leave most of the part very open, because chicken is something that needs a lot of fresh air. Let us go up there and then I share with you what is going on at the upper stage. So here is the upper floor, the upper section of the house. You can see there, I think the camera is not clear, but we can just tolerate it, and then we go on by the content. The guy is already working. Today is the 8th day of the work, and this is how far we have already come. I told you this is the upper floor, and we have already laid our timber to support the people and the birds which are going to be up here. So you can see it is a little bit significant. We still have a lot of poles which are up there, and then we are going to be completing these other parts here. And if you observe properly, the upper section of the whatever is still having some holes, but we have already designed our strategy to cover these ones. We are not going to allow these holes to remain like this, because we don't need leakings. When chicken are feeding, there are necessarily things like water being splitting into the litter, because what we are going to do here is deep litter system. And in deep litter system, where birds stay just free, they move freely, it means they will be moving on the floor just freely like that. But we are going to put a litter on the floor such that there is no way that birds get contact to the ground. So that is the way we have designed it to be. And the house extends up to that far. At the last end there, we are going to put our sick bay, because it is a little bit risky for you to have a farm where there is no sick bay. We have designed it in such a way that you see this place looks a little bit in L form. It comes like this up to here, and then also this way there is another section of the house, which is still on the upper section of it. So here we are going to create our sick bay at this particular place. Though it is closer, but we are going to closely create the contact with this chicken house and at the sick bay. We are going to make some difference. So maybe you are planning also to do something like this. It is something which can also, it takes energy, but it is something which is doable. Because it is doable, it means you also need to have some knowledge. Before you have knowledge, you cannot do something like this. It is also something that I learned some time back. That's why we are doing it here. And today we are going to put the timber for the roofing. The timber that we are aligning for the roofing is actually going to be complete today. I forgot to tell you that today is the last day of the year. And I was sharing with you in the previous year that we are approaching the end of the year. So we should be having the plans moving on. And this is one of the progress that we have taken towards the end of the year. So it means we are so privileged that we are not finishing the year just sleeping. We are not just dreaming. We have already decided to take action towards the plans that we have put to make sure that our laboratory keeps buzzing, keeps moving on And this is what makes me the happiest, and I'm so grateful that you have supported this channel up to this far. And if you have watched up to this far, thank you so much for watching. My name is Daudi Alaba. I am the founder of Daudi Farm, and this is one of the projects that I have taken. Particularly, it is not my own, but I have decided to help another African to do his project. And this is Uganda. The person owning this one is not Ugandan. He is somebody from Congo. And I'm so privileged that she has decided to trust me to really enhance, together with me, to go through this project. And I'm so grateful. And maybe you are planning to do a project of this nature. We are very ready to support you in any way, whether in present form or in terms of advice or giving you consultations. We are ready in Daudi Laboratory. Though it is some kind of learning that everybody must be learning in here, but we also have the courage that what we have so far learned can still be very important to you when you are still planning to start your project of this kind. So thank you so much for watching. And like I told you, today is the last day of the year. Today is almost the last day of the year. It started 1st December, and tomorrow we are entering another new year with blessings from Daudi Laboratory. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you for the next year.